Anas?
Long. Never mind. So, that is such an inside joke that's going to take forever to explain. So in the bottom left corner of Texas, it's going to be Teddybear. Let's see if we can zoom in on this map. We cannot. Yay!
I just decided to zoom out because you can do that.
That is true. Let's do that.
And over here, in the top right corner of the map, from Millennium, it's LaLush.
Yeah, I got the zoom in effect. Awesome, because I zoomed like way out. He was like, you had to squint in the distance to see him, and suddenly he's in your face, kind of.
Oh wow, I love that big zoom out. It's really good.
It is the Shift Z. That's the best one. It's the biggest you get. You get a really nice overview of the whole map. I see a lot of casters. No, I don't see a lot. I see some casters who like it so much that they just have everything that way, and it gets a little bit annoying for the viewer.
Oh, it bothers me so much. Like if it's just off, like a zoom level, and if you play a lot of StarCraft, then you can tell that it's zoomed out a little.
Yeah.
And if the caster doesn't realize, it frustrates me. I will honestly say it bothers me quite a bit.
And
probably more than it should.
And as a caster, it looks really nice because you have that big full screen, but most people watching on Twitch don't watch on full screen, so for them everything just becomes too small.
Yeah. So like, is that a Zergling or is that just a dead pixel?
Yeah. That's basically it. So we have Teddybear scouting LaLush. LaLush is going to play Zerg. I thought he was Terran, but he's not. Someone was asking me about that. I don't even remember. Oh, wow! Almost a kill from Teddybear. Now, Teddybear he's a very good Starboard player, but he's not top of the line. LaLush is a really good any player in general, Brood War, StarCraft 2, whatever, you name it, Starbow, but he hasn't played Starbow in like 6 months. So, this is kind of like his Starbow comeback, so I'm very excited. Again, it's kind of like comparing two very different players. Last time it was a very seasoned Starbow player versus a Grandmaster StarCraft 2 player, and this time it's also a very seasoned but not so good Starbow player versus a very rusty Starbow player. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So I'm kind of hoping LaLush has done at least some degree of practicing. Otherwise, this might be a very, very short series. We have three hatcheries very quickly from LaLush and a gateway into a Forge Expand.
Oh, Teddybear's being very, very greedy, but he sees the late spawning pool, so he can do it. And sorry, I was just hovering that base there. I was just so lost in my own thoughts I didn't even observe anymore. But actually, LaLush did PM me right before this game and asking, like, I haven't played in 6 months. What changed? What should I know about Zerg? And I'm like, that's gonna take a while to answer. That's not an easy question to answer.
Yeah,
but I
it's
didn't.
Not like with StarCraft 2, where you can just leave and come back in 6 months, and the meta has shifted somewhat.
Yeah, and they maybe had like one patch where they changed the bunker build time. Like this is this is like, yeah. So I did thoroughly inform him that he should never make a single Baneling.
Okay.
Because, like, Banelings are not necessarily super bad, although they are quite poor at the moment.
Well, you have to really play around them. Like, they have a very particular use, so you have to have a strategy that sort of works with that explicitly, because if it doesn't, they're sort of a waste of resources.
Indeed, it's kind of making a Reaver without a Warp Prism. It's just gonna sit there and do nothing. So,
yeah.
so like, if you don't know what you're doing and you're just making some Banelings to throw at your opponent, you're probably gonna regret it. So.
Oh, that Zealot killed that Zergling from quite far away. That's the change in melee range, of course.
That is indeed, and the Zerglings have the same melee range as well. But that means that you want to micro your melee units to get in the face and then attack, so you can get 2 shots off instead of just 1. That's pretty cool.
You know, the only thing, I must say, the only thing that I thought was a little bit unfortunate about that change is that I did not see any green spit coming off of the drones.
Oh, we should add some green spit to the drones.
Ah.
I think I agree with that, because they do have a little bit more range as well now, the workers. So the green spit makes sense, because the probes have their little zapper.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, he's gonna try this. This Zealot is what's known as annoying, and then we have another annoying Zealot over here now.
Yeah, LaLush really doesn't want to make too many Zerglings. He just wants to drone and drone and drone, but these Zealots are sort of forcing that out of him. In the background, Teddybear is getting himself a Stargate.
And a Twilight Council.
Oh,
Not sure if he's going to make any Stalkers. I know some of the Protoss players are not too happy with the Stalker upgrade changes that were, and deem them more useless than they used to be, so we'll see what happens there in the future, and also if he actually makes them in this game. But there's going to be a Corsair at least.
Yeah, these zealots are just doing a lot of work though. Like LaLush is really being thrown off by this early harassment that Teddybear has been doing.
And the queen almost gets trapped, and the queen doesn't even have an attack at the moment, so he can't really... Okay, there we go. A lot of Zerglings, but they need to actually attack. Oh, here we go. And he's bringing drones. I guess that's a mistake.
He wants to kill the first the zealot that's almost dead, and now more Zerglings coming in to try and take out these zealots. This is the most annoying position on the map because the zealots are walled in by this little black, vague nothingness at the side.
Yeah, you can't step into the blackness, sir.
Nope.
It's impossible. No, this is reminiscent of Brood War maps where they just stopped at the edge, but it looks a little bit wonky in StarCraft 2, but that's the way it is. That's where the map stops. Sorry, if you glitch a unit through though, you get into Shattered Temple actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I got a couple. Sorry, I'm just saying random things sometimes. So we got a couple of Corsairs now, which LaLush is totally unprepared for. No, actually has a Hydra Den up, so he could. And the Overlords do detect now, which is kind of
no, you don't have the Overseer is still a unit though. But does it detect still?
The Overseer actually does not detect it. If you have the speed upgrade, it's super fast and very weak, and it's like a little observer for Zerg kind of ish.
Right. Okay.
And it has a spell too that reveals permanently an opponent's unit, what he sees.
Oh, cool! Like the
Parasite.
Yeah, Parasite. Yeah.
It has the Queen Parasite from Brood War.
Yeah, Teddybear is doing a lot of work with these Corsairs. So many Overlords are dying. Hydras though are now here, so they can actually start warding these away a little bit. But not after most Overlords die.
He's gonna kill his hatchery, and all the Overlords are out of position or dead. Oh, he's making Overseers! No, LaLush! I need to tell him. Overseers do not detect Overlords. Detect.
I think it might just be too late. LaLush has
he should
29
know.
workers versus the 39 from his opponent. We can see as sort of the panic freeze where, I mean, I've had this. It's sort of like the deer in the headlights. Third base goes down, 2 DTs get out with their lives, and LaLush is just. Well, I can only imagine how you must feel at this juncture.
Yeah, this is pretty horrible, and this is one of the by-effects of not playing Star Wars for 6 months.
Yeah, lots of things happen. We have a lot of gateways now coming out of Teddybear. A bit of a gateway explosion. Zealot legs on the way. We have Templar. We have Archons. I think if Teddybear follows this attack up with just follows this harassment up with some straight up Templar Zealot action, I think he's gonna do very well.
Yeah, there's no way. Like, he needs lurkers to hold this, or roaches, and he doesn't have tech for any of that. I don't know. I'm not even sure if roaches can hold it. He probably needs lurkers, or a ton of hydras, and that he does not have. So, unfortunately, when he asked me the question that was changed, I forgot to mention the Overlord change. But that question kind of caught me off guard, and it's hard to sum up every change for 6 months off the top of my head. So
I'm about to go into the game. Can you sort of summarize the last half year of Star Wars development?
I don't.
Zealot Archon is here.
I don't blame him or make fun of him for asking though. It's a legitimate question. It was just hard to answer, and for him holding this is gonna be a miracle. There's no actual storm though, but that Archon is gonna be hard to deal with.
Yeah, that Archon is going to be hard to deal with. And now Teddybear is in the main, and that gives him also that high ground advantage. Hydra's coming in, and the further they fall back, the less damage they're going to do because of that high ground advantage.
May not sound terrible to have a Teddybear in your main, but in the LaLush's case, it actually is.
Yeah, it's not just the Teddybear. The Teddybear brought some friends, some Zealots, some Archons, and of course these Corsairs. We have LaLush doing valiant battle to try and save himself from this attack.
Indeed, and he's utilizing his drones. He's going to try and hang in for as long as possible, but this is really only going one way at the moment for LaLush, I feel. Again, we have the veterans staying on top, but LaLush is an adaptable player. He may play very different in the next game, and he may be able to, properly space out his overlords in a different way, and so on and so forth.
Absolutely. I mean, LaLush has played a fair bit of Brood War, I imagine. So
yes.
It should be second nature by this time for him to do that, assuming he has played enough Zerg. I don't actually know what race did LaLush play in Brood War?
GG, I'm not sure actually.